Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from AstroladaOfficial, and today my guest is Vedic astrologer Himanshu, who actually uses tropical zodiac, sidereal nakshatras. He's an incredible teacher. Every time we have an interview with him, I learn so much, and it's so easy to apply. And today we're talking about 10 simple combinations for wealth. I'm very excited. By the way, if you want to check other videos that we've made with Himanshu about wealth that are a bit more complex but still extremely insightful. I'll put a link below in the description. If you want a personal reading with Himanshu, again, I'll put a link below for his personal services, as you'll see how insightful he is. And also, he has courses that he offers for our viewers, Foundations of Vedic Astrology, or a lot of other shorter courses. I'll put all of them below. As you can see, his knowledge is incredible. And I'm very excited to hear what you will share with us, Himanshu.
Hi everybody, welcome to our channel. So thanks a lot for giving me so love. So today we will be discussing about wealth, money. So money is the real run. Everybody in life, they just talking about money. They just want how they can accumulate more and more wealth. Okay. And because every aspect of life, every success, let's say even the family success, it's a romantic success, everything, the root level of real success comes from some money. If the finances are good, wealth is good, everything else will be going smoothly. Okay. Because 99% of the time, even if we are having everything else settled and finances are the difficult, then other aspects of the life will start getting difficult. So everything interrelates with each other. Okay. And in the previous videos also we discussed about wealth, but we discussed about how to check extensively, like how what the basic level of the wealth. Now today we will be talking about what combination we need to pick in different charts. We will be discussing about the examples also. In just simple charts, we just see these combinations are happening. We can simply say whether the person will be having money or not, whether the person will able to, let's say somebody is not born wealthy, somebody just born in this slum area or poor person, or having born into a family where they are struggling with the finances, but somehow a person is born in the family with what they start getting wealth. Okay. Like somehow a dropout like Bill Gates, like Mark Zuckerberg, they just born there and they get into something. Now they are the wealthiest people. What combination makes them wealthy? So those are the things we will be discussing, and they are very simple, very easy to apply. And you know what? Not everybody is wealthy, not everybody is poor. So these are the general combination which will let you filter the horoscope, whether this is a wealthy horoscope or this is a general horoscope. Okay. And
And the more you have of those combinations, the more
wealthy you are.
you'll be well. Yeah.
Okay. So like few of the combinations are very simple and few of the combinations are very deep combinations which really require some real deep insight, and but they will end up telling us that what is actually happening in the core level of the horoscope. Okay. So these are the few combinations. So let me share my screen.
Perfect. I'm excited what I'm going to learn from you today again.
So first, prayers to the Lord Ganpati. Prayers to Gurus. These are our two Gurus, Pandit Vijender Shastri and Shri Ansvidam, with whom I have studied. Every knowledge of mine belongs to them. So first of all, let's discuss about important houses. Okay, what houses are really required for us to be a wealthy person? Okay, so generally, you know what, quadrants are very important one. Points are very important one. So first of all, talking about the quadrants are actually Vishnu positions. Vishnu is the Lord of sustenance.
When you say quadrants, you mean the first, fourth,
For
seventh, and eighth houses.
yes, and when we talk about trines, then we talk about one, 5, 9. So quadrants are the center of the horoscopes, and they actually represent sustenance. So sustenance also, they are the asset builder company houses. So we are earning money, but who gonna hold those money? Who will be taking care of like whatever the blessing we are having? We can see those blessings. Okay, so it is very important that we must be having our quadrants very good. There must be planets in the quadrants, because if the quadrants have planet, that means they will be coming from either trines or the wealthy houses. It is not good to have malefic houses lots in the quadrant. But if quadrants are full are occupied by multiple planets, that is generally good for the people. And it is a very easy comparison. People who have no planet in the quadrants, people having planets in the quadrants. Okay, if your 147 are occupied by planets, definitely you will be doing something good in different area of life. It may be wealth, it may be just fame, it may be just political life, social life. It can be anything depending on the quadrants or the lots occupied by those houses. But one thing is very visible: struggle will be less in that particular area of the life. Okay, so sustenance will be coming from the quadrants. So quadrants are very important position in the horoscope. Similarly, the blessings comes from trines. Okay, this is called Laxmi position. So Laxmi is a goddess of wealth, consort of Vishnu. So Vishnu is the god of sustenance. Lakshmi is a goddess of wealth. So why I mentioned like this is the house of sustenance, but I am not calling them the house of sustenance, but they are the houses of blessings, because wealth or money, that is never stable. Okay,
It's not.
it's
I-
never stable.
uh-huh.
Okay, it keeps moving unless we have stability around here. So if we have stability from these four houses, then only he can make our wealth stable. Stable. Okay, we have many examples where people earn money, but somehow they lose money
Mhm.
very frequently. The pace with what they earn money, the same pace they lose money, like overnight fame getting away in the overnight time only. Okay. So quadrants will be promising that whatever the fame we are having will be there for some time, or it just overnight fame. Similarly, first house is the abilities which you can create by yourself. Okay, meaning this is the skills that you can create, you can build up by yourself. Like any planet who is acquiring first house, you can build the skills of those planet, or you can work towards those planets, and you will be getting blessings with those planets. Okay, so this is up to you whether you are able to activate them or not, whether you can do good to them or not. Okay, on the other hand, this fifth house, we call it Purva Punya or past life deeds, something you are carrying from the past life. So the house which is my favorite house, is fifth house, because it's something I have already made my hard work in the past life, and now I'm here to just enjoy the benefits. Okay, so that's
In Western astrology, we call it the house of talents, or something you're naturally born good
correct.
at.
Correct.
Is the fact talents from past lifetimes, blessings from.
Yes. Okay. And I was recently talking about the fifth house in our foundation course of Vedic astrology, and I was talking about fifth house. Okay, just a little bit away from this money topic. So I mentioned that we considered ninth house is the house of higher education. But education never limits ourselves. So if I'm just doing bachelorate, I can consider myself in the fifth house. Then I'm doing my master's or PhD, something like that, doctorate. Okay, I will just go to ninth house. But whenever I'm studying something very spiritually high, okay, very, very high, more than just being master's or doctorate, what house we will be writing? We will be coming again on the fifth house. Why?
Huh?
Because fifth house is something. So people who can reach to that level is only because of the fifth house. If they have done something, acquired that same knowledge, same abilities in the past life, then only people can go on a very high spiritual level. So the enlightenment is not just the ninth house. The real enlightenment comes from the fifth house. Because that is why we call it mantra house. Because whosoever just get into enlightenment, they do their mantras, their verses, whatever the religion they are into, that elevates them. So fifth house is a very interesting house, and that is why fame is something people do their hard work. Everybody can do their hard work, but only few people get fame out of it. Okay, why? Because of their strong fifth house.
Mhm.
Fifth house is responsible for fame, and some people earn money just because of their fame. The
Yeah.
film stars, movie stars, and many sports person, they are famous. That's why they earn money. Okay, like them, or influencer like you, Lada. So, okay, the ninth house. Ninth house is the ultimate fortune and the luck factor. How destiny gonna support you in your life. Okay, that will be seen from the ninth house. So ninth house is a kind of combination of both first house and fifth house. Like if you are making good hard work and if you are have little bit blessings, that means destiny. The ultimate divine gonna bless you and you can take for her. Like this is the blessings and this is what you have done or this is what you can do. Okay? So those are the things. That's what trines are the very best position. And whenever the both comes under the combinations, we call it Kendra Trikona Yoga. So whenever they come together, quadrants and trine, that becomes a Rajuga. Rajuga means kingly combination. So whenever we have a
Kingly combination.
kingly combination, and whenever we have those combination, that is a sure factor of success. That depends on how many combination we have, the amount of success we have. But if at least we have one, we will not struggle. So today we are discussing that whether we will be just limit ourselves in the struggling mode or things gonna come to us easy. Because a combination, a good combination is something which will bring success easily, mostly easily. Okay.
So if you see people having planets in first, fourth, seventh, 10th, or first, fifth, nine more planets, that's already a sign that they'll be things will be coming easier to them. They will be more active, successful, and so on.
There are many planets which are responsible for wealth. The broadly, okay, these two are for sure that they are here to blossom because they are the first of all benefic planets. Okay, barely we have seen them giving negative results. Even Surya, sun is a wealth giver, but sometimes sun can give negative results as well because it's a cruel planet. Rahu, the North Node, that is also a wealth giving planet, but most of the time, North Node is troublemaker. So I have not included them. So I have been basically focused on these two things. Okay. So Jupiter is the karaka of significator of second house, fifth house, ninth house, and 11th house. So you know what? This is the house of wealth. We already know. Fifth and ninth house we have discussed. 11th house is the house of king. So all the houses which Jupiter signify or karaka, that is formed by or signified by Jupiter, and they are the positive houses, the houses which only give something. They are not here to take something out of it. Okay, and Jupiter is also considered as Vishnu Rupa. Okay, the god of sustenance. Rupa means presented by as a Vishnu. And also it's a natural provider of expansion and sustenance. Okay, because wherever we know, wherever Jupiter aspects, expansion happens. That house is blessed, no matter what is the position of Jupiter, provided Jupiter should not be a malefic planet of the horoscope. Okay. Similarly, Venus, this is the significator of luxury. So whenever we are talking about the luxury, comfort, we just talk about Venus. Okay. And specifically, why sometimes we simply call person get married and then they start rising, especially to the males. At least you, Lada, you must have noticed that 40% of the male people start rising in their career after marriage, because after marriage their Venus activation happens, and once their Venus activation happens, that means they will start coming up to coming near to comforts and luxury of the Lord. So
Mhm.
why should they be bringing the activation of Venus into their life? Okay, and that is a natural significance.
Isn't the husband Jupiter in Vedic astrology? So the same for women when they get married, their luck can
Correct, correct.
if their
Okay.
Jupiter is good.
See,
If
well,
it's not.
well placed, well placed. Okay. So at least this happens with the 40% of the population. After marriage, success comes to them. Or you know what, Jupiter, if Jupiter is well placed in a male's horoscope, and sometimes instead of marriage, after the birth of their child, they start
Oh, Jupiter's children as well.
children, Jiva Karaka. Okay. So it is also the significator of uh, li- liquid wealth. Okay. So, and tangible assets. Liquid money is also presented by moon, but moon is very unstable, so we will not be considering moon as like somebody who can promise this wealth very fast. But Venus can definitely. I have seen even debilitated Venus giving birth to people.
Which even debilitated Venus. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Like one of the Kardashian sisters that's the wealthiest. She has Venus in
Yeah.
Virgo and she's very wealthy.
So let's start about discussing about the 10th 10 combination which I have created, not me created, but I have collected for me. Jupiter and Venus, the first yoga. Okay, this is for Laxmi yoga. So whenever Jupiter and Venus are in quadrants or trying to each other, not in the quadrant houses, but also when they are in quadrant or trying to each other, meaning Jupiter is 4 houses away, 10 houses away, or 7 houses away from Venus.
We're looking just by sign. We're not looking exact aspects. So it means like if they're opposition, two signs that are opposite each other, two signs that are square each other, or in the same sign.
Yes.
And the trine, if they are in the same element, say Venus in Gemini,
5 houses away and
you're
8 houses away.
yes. So
Okay.
trine signs. Yeah.
Okay. That actually promises good luck. Okay. So this might be the combination which is not very popular, but I have seen this happening in many charts. Whenever Jupiter and Venus, they are in a relationship of 410, 17, and 59. Okay. They really produce good wealth for the native. Just one condition, they should not be weak or they should not be afflicted. If they are well placed, both of that, okay, definitely wealth will be coming to the person. Okay. Even you know what, like say Jupiter is in the Libra sign, okay, in Libra ascendant. So Jupiter is not in a very happy sign. But if Venus supposed to be in Libra only, let's say Venus is in the Aries or Capricorn or uh, um, in Cancer, okay, so person will be wealthy because they are into quadrant to each other. Okay. And also, you know what, if they are conjunct, if both of them are conjunct in first house, fifth house, ninth house, 10th house, and second house. So this is like quadrant or trying to each other. If they are conjunct with each other in these houses, short the person will be creating good wealth, specifically in second house. If both of them are there, person will be very wealthy.
Mm.
And they will able to make their wealth stabilize. It's not something like they will be losing the money or they will be making bad decisions by which they can lose their money. So this is a very good combination which really helps the stability of the Artha. Second combination is the fifth lord. So just like we discussed, fifth house plays a very important role there. If fifth lord is in 10th house or 11th house, two houses, fifth house lord in the 10th house or 11th house, and has relationship with first lord and ninth lord. So first of all, the two conditions are there. First condition, either should be in the fifth house or it should be in the 11th house. Plus, it should be having some relationship with the first lord or ninth lord. Okay. Then
First
person,
or ninth. It doesn't have
that's
to be first and ninth.
why I use ninth. If somehow they both are together, that means that's a confirmation of wealth. Okay. So first or ninth, definitely the person will be becoming famous, and the wealth will be coming from their fame. Okay, most of the time it happens, the wealth will be coming from their fame, but definitely if the fame is not there, they will become wealthy and they will be famous around their society because of their wealth. So famous, definitely something will be happening. It can happen either before the wealth or after the wealth. Okay. So sometimes some singer, some artists get famous and later on they start getting wealth. Okay. So this combination is something where some people just come to us. I want to be a singer. I want to be an artist. Okay. So we can simply say that of course they can be an artist, but what kind of artist they will be? So if they are successful artists, that means they will be making money. Money is a pyramid of success in today's life. Okay. So if specifically they have this combination, we can definitely let them know that okay, you should pursue in your dream and you will be making good money and you will be successful.
So that would be an example. The ruler of the fifth house says in the 11th, and the ruler of the ninth house is in the fifth house looking at the ruler of the fifth from. Okay.
Correct. Or the another derivation, either the fifth lord is in the conjunction with 10th or 11th, and then they are expecting to this particular conjunction.
Mhm.
Okay. So if the lord is not in these houses, but with the lord of these ruler of these houses, and first lord or ninth lord is aspecting, that means the person is blessed and they can get famous and make more wealth.
Oh, what if the ruler of the fifth house is expecting the ruler of the 10th, not in conjunction, or 11th, not in conjunction, but saying opposition?
See, opposition is a good combination, but not as strong as the combination we are discussing.
But if the ruler of the fifth is conjunct the ruler of the 11th or the 10th, then this is strong.
Yes, but the ruler of first or ninth must have a relationship either by the conjunction or by just aspect.
I have this combination. The ruler of the fifth is not in the 10th or 11th, but it's conjunct the 10th house ruler.
10,000.
And it's conjunct the ninth house ruler and opposite the first house ruler and the 10th house ruler. So all of them.
Yeah. So the more elements added to the combination, the stronger the combination becomes.
Mhm.
Okay. The third combination is with first and 11th house. This is one of another my favorite combination because you know what? I believe in people creating their self wealth, okay, by efforts. And I like people who constantly think about money because I am one of that. So, so, uh, so if the ascendant lord and 11th lord are conjunct in trine or quadrants, if they both are conjunct together, either in the trine or quadrant, okay, and somehow Jupiter, I forgot to mention, Jupiter is aspecting them. Okay, this combination really makes people thinking about money all the time, and they will be able to find out the ways, like the ideas by which they can earn money. You know what? Some crazy people who have some crazy startup ideas, most of them have these combination. first and
I have
first and
exactly this. I have exactly this combination. I always have ideas for this,
start.
and they always work out. So,
Yes. And the good thing about this combination is things work out.
mm.
Even you know what, if the lower level of combinate or the same combination, if your first lord in the 11th house or 11th lord in the first house, then also the person is very very good in creating the ideas of how to create wealth or how to make money. It's just
So
there.
connection between first and 11th lords.
Yes, exchange.
And
Exchange
it
your
gets stronger
placement.
if they're in the trinal house or in the
Yeah,
angular house.
correct, correct, correct. So today we are not just discussing the conjunction, we are also taking care of their mutual relationship. So if they are in mutually good placement, that's a combination. Because sometimes you know what happens in the birth chart, they are not in conjunction, okay, or in good placement, but they are in mutual combination. And then we proceed to further D9 chart, the Namsha chart, or D10 chart, the Samsa chart. We see very good position of them, and that confirms why this person is having such kind of wealth. And this is very famous combination, Gaj Kesari Yoga, the combination of Jupiter and Moon. Okay, this combination is loved by everybody whosoever have some knowledge of astrology, because this is the really fine confirmation that whosoever born in this combination will definitely do good in their life, either in terms of money, either in terms of something. And you know what the good thing about this combination is? This is not very self-centered combination. Okay, the above three which we discussed, most of them like it's about that. But whenever Jupiter and Moon comes to there, okay, person keeps the society first, okay, helping society equally, but doing good for them as well. Okay. So if Jupiter and Moon is in the conjunction or quadrants to each other,
So square or opposition by sign.
correct. Either Jupiter plus Moon in one house, or Jupiter opposing Moon, or 5-9 relationship of Jupiter Moon
Oh, wait. 5, 9.
trying to each other.
Also trine also. So squares and trines and oppositions in conjunction.
This is the lower one. Okay, this is not called Gaj Kesari Yoga, but still, if it is there, that means it's a good combination. Okay.
So moon in trine to Jupiter. And
Yes.
again, just to say to people who are used to Western astrology, we're not looking for the specific aspect only within 4 or 5 degrees. It can be the whole sign. The moon can be, say, in Cancer, Jupiter can be in Capricorn, and even if the aspect is not exact, but they're looking at each other through signs. That's the Gaj Kesari, the wealth yoga.
And you know what? One thing is very confirmed. Whosoever is having this combination, it indicates positive karma from the past life.
It indicates what?
Positive karmas from the past life.
Nice.
Okay. And because of those karmas, person will be also also creating some positive karmas and this too. And one very good thing about this combination, this gives constant wealth to the native.
Oh,
Okay, so this is not something which is overnight fame. It want native to do some kind of hard work, and with the hard work, like if person is doing 50% hard work, they will be getting 100% result. So this is the 50% hard work, 50% lesson, but definitely happening.
mm-hmm.
And very beautiful, like for a long term, this is a good combination. And you know what, this combination also gives very good lineage, like upcoming lineage, like upcoming children or grandchildren, they will be able to keep the wealth stable.
Nice.
Okay, they're like these combinations are very self-related combination, like one man show thing. Okay, but whatever the wealth these people create, they leave a legacy for their children, and children will able to make that wealth stable. Otherwise, sometimes it happens, father or mother leave wealth for children, and in very short time they lose all the wealth because of gambling or any other thing. Okay, but generally it has been seen like 90% of the time, wealth coming from the Gaj Kesari Yoga stays there for legacies, multiple generation.
That's probably the hedge fund babies or something.
Fifth combination of 11th Lord and 7th Lord. So
Hmm.
we have to understand this one carefully. When 11th Lord placed in the 7th house, 11th Lord coming to the 7th house, not 7th Lord going to the 11th house. There is a difference. Okay, so whenever 7th Lord goes to the 11th house, there is a problem in the marriage. Okay, person will be looking into different people even in the marriage. But 11th Lord coming to the 7th house and natives connection in the society will be bringing wealth.
Ah.
Native will able to create such kind of connections by which he will able to generate wealth. Like, you know what, person
Networking. Some kind of networking that
correct,
you do. Yeah.
somehow a average family person reaches to a good university, and there he become friends with some kind of good person, and from there they get an idea and they created a business. So that this combination promises that kind of wealth.
Nice.
Okay, and careful, not the other way around. 7th 11th, of course it's a combination of like easy lifestyle, good gains, but we are talking about good life. So 11th not coming to the 7th house. And then, but there should not be any malefic aspect. So whenever we see, okay, some people, most of people will be having all these combinations, but they will say, we are not wealthy. Make sure that these combinations are not afflicted by any bad plan. Let's say Saturn, Mars, or Rahu kind of thing, not kind of thing. So we have to be careful that all the combination are free from affliction. Okay, we will be discussing the examples for sure. And you know what, some people get constant opportunities. Okay, generally what happens, person gets into one kind of career, they uh, keep their life linked to that career only, but some people keep getting opportunity from different field. This is one such kind of combination which will be creating different opportunities. And also whenever 10th lord goes to 5th house, that also promises multiple opportunities. 10th lord in two houses, like 10th lord in either in 5th or in 11th.
Oh,
People
so
get,
the opposite is well, not just 5th in the 10th and 11th, but we can have the 10th in the 5th or 11th as well.
yeah. So 5th in the 11th is creating the wealth, but in single format, maybe single format. But if 10th lord is getting into 5th house or the 11th house, native will be getting multiple opportunities in multiple time.
Multiple opportunities. Okay.
So another one, Mars and Saturn. People gonna see, okay, this guy is crazy talking about Mars and Saturn. Yes, Mars and Saturn can create good wealth, and very peculiar houses. Even third and sixth house can create wealth. Okay, how? So Mars and Saturn both are the significators of sixth house. Mars is also the significator of third house. Okay, and Saturn is the lord of natural 10th and 11th house. Okay, so if they are placed in such houses in a strong position, what do I mean by strong position? Whether they are in own sign exalted position, or somehow in directions, there will be not direction stand, but own house and exalted position. If they are placed there, okay, then the person will be having lot of adversities in their life for sure. But because of those adversities, only person will overcome them and will have success, good success. So it's not just small success, good success. And first of all, because of these position, native will be having ability to deal with those adversities. Let's say, um, talking about Scorpio rising, okay, Mars is in the sixth house. Person will be having a lot of enemies, but the same native will able to beat the enemies all the time.
We know them. Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have to have both Saturn and Mars in one of those four houses, or even one of them, but in a
Because you know what the problem is, when they both of them come together, they forget about the native, then start fighting with each other. So either they should be very far in the degrees, okay, or they should be not together. Okay, just once placement, um, uh, that too in the Leo rising, when sixth house becomes Capricorn, and what happens there? Mars and Saturn together, but they should be far apart. Okay, it should not be like somebody is on 17 degree, somebody should be on in 19 degrees, and they will be not giving wealth to the native, but actually problem to the native, because they're fighting with each other and they are creating such kind of adversities for the native that it's very difficult for them to be.
Mm.
But still, I do have a horoscope also. I don't know by what name I have saved. I would have shown you. In that horoscope, Aquarius rising, okay, Mars and Saturn in the eighth house. That girl was an international taekwondo champion. Okay,
so I
but
got one.
yeah, and she had an injury by which she had to leave that particular spot. Okay, she was very famous, but she had to leave. And then she became a civil servant, like high positioned officer. But still, wherever she goes, she gets success. But she cannot keep her success and that particular thing stable. So that is something which I have seen with Mars and Saturn together. Mars and Saturn, bad combination, really bad combination together. But alone is good. Okay. So yeah, the adversities will not be trouble for people who have well placed Mars and Saturn in uh in sixth house, third house, 11th house, or 10th house. Okay. But it should be well placed. What do I mean by well placement? Okay. Own sign, exalted, and um, or Mool Trikona means like Mars is in Vedic astrology, we consider Scorpio as the own sign and Aries as a Mool Trikona. For Saturn, we consider Capricorn as the own sign and Aquarius is Mool Trikona. So like that. So own sign exalted or Mool Trikona like that. They must be not be afflicted by Rahu then only. Because if them being in the sixth house or third house and on top of it, they are being aspected by Rahu, then the combination will not be working. So affliction should not be there. Because as soon as affliction comes in, then person becomes a normal person. Then the person is not a wealthy person. All the combination should be free from affliction. Then only life will be smooth and person will able to maintain significant wealth. This combination we have discussed earlier also. The exchange of second house and 11th lord, second lord and 11th. This is a very beautiful one. Like person is born to create money. Okay, all the time they are thinking about money. This is a kind of combination uh, to which we say if whatever the native touch anything that becomes gold. Okay, so
becomes gold.
yeah,
That's
first
I always say this: whatever I touch turns to gold, and I have this combination.
second.
What
Really?
about Leo and Aquarius? For them, is the same planet, the ruler of the second and the 11th. For Leo's, it's Mercury. Leo rising, the second lord, and the 11th is Mercury. Aquarius rising, the second lord, and the 11th is Jupiter. It's one planet.
Yes, and for them, we just simply need to see whether the sale load is getting into either of the houses, okay, like either in the second house or 11th house, or the best thing, it should be getting into fifth house or ninth house or the first house in trines.
The
Okay.
trines.
Okay. So let's say for Leo, like you mentioned, Mercury becomes second lord and 11th lord. Okay. So either Mercury should be in these two houses only, or it can be in first house, fifth house, ninth house.
Yeah. I have the ruler of the second, the 11th is Jupiter. It's in the ninth.
Ninth house. Same.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
But in your case, I guess it is retrograde. So there must be something very adverse condition first, and then you work hard to make your retrogradation strengthen, and then you get the success. This is the
Yeah, it always comes through hard work for me. It's never like a gift.
that's because of retrogradation. But that is the same retrogradation which forces you to not to give up. Okay,
Mm.
and of course, exalted Saturn will add on to that because you must be a person who never give up.
By the way, Himanshu has a great course on retrograde planets. So I'll put a link for it as well to check it out if you're interested.
Then the
So the
another
exchange can be the ruler of the 11th in the second, the ruler of the second in the 11th, or them conjunct together in the
in the
trine.
trines.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Their mutual relationship of trines can also be considered as positive, but not as good as these two combinations. Okay, they're mutually 5-9 to each other. That is also a good one, but not as strong as these two. Okay. Specifically, these people are very good in investing.
Investing.
Like investment banker, these people are very, very good. Okay. Now comes the another famous combination, Dharma Karma Yoga. Okay. Lord of ninth and 10th, either in exchange or conjunction. Okay. Lord of ninth and 10th, either in exchange. Okay. Like 10th Lord in the ninth or ninth Lord in the 10th, or they should be in conjunction in good houses. So Dharma means the ethics, ninth house, Dharma. Karma means the hard work, the 10th house. So when the ethics or blessings joins with the hard work, that becomes the best combination.
Wow. So I did.
This combination never fails.
Never.
Mhm. You will barely find out any horoscope where they are having this combination and they are struggling in their life. I haven't seen any horoscope, like I must have gone to at least 10,000 horoscope in my life, not even a single one. Okay, if person is having this combination and they are struggling, affliction is there. Okay, or even you know what, ninth lord in the 10th house. Forget about the exchange. Just simply ninth lord in the 10th house or
Yeah.
10th lord in the ninth house. Twinkle.
Yeah.
Still, the person will be very successful. Not a significant success by which people to recognize, but still, person will be very well known about their success in their society.
Mm.
I
I have
haven't.
a conjunction, but it's not in a good house. It's in the third house. But still, it's a conjunction.
So you know what? In your third house, Jupiter is aspecting. It's a good conjunction.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's not something which is silly. Okay. Yeah. And plus, what happens if it's in the third house, like I've mentioned in the previous combination, Mars. So your Mars is in the third house. So Mars is something which is already in the third house, which is creating the round. So that's a double combination. So you see, like how many combinations we have, the better life we have, the better success we have. So like if we just see Lada, so at least 5 or 6 combination are there in the Lada's horoscope. I was not thinking about your horoscope when I was creating the slides,
I was like, wow, I have.
but somehow you have all of them. Okay.
Well, yeah, almost so, yeah.
And you know what? This is like I mentioned, these are the general horoscope. People who are successful, they have multiple of these horoscopes because these are the general horoscopes. Like whenever I see horoscopes in general, I simply find these horoscope and I see like these people are wealthy or famous. Okay. Now comes about Rahu. The note no. Rahu is somebody who can give us overnight fee. Okay. 70 or 80% of the time, whenever I see person getting overnight fame, it is just because of Rahu only. Okay, Rahu gives overnight fame. Okay, specifically whenever Rahu is exalted and also whenever Rahu is in the Taurus sign. So when Rahu is in the Taurus sign, that's a very good position for Rahu to have. Okay. Or Rahu is in the is in conjunction with Jupiter or Venus. Now people will be thinking, what Rahu afflicting Jupiter or Venus can create wealth? Yes, definitely. Okay. Um, like this is the Guru Chandala Yoga. Okay. The demon combination. This is also a very bad combination, Rahu plus Jupiter, Venus. But somehow they bad for many other things. Ethics of the person will be missing. The personal easiness, the home life might be missing with this combination. But in terms of wealth, person will be put. Okay. So Rahu in Taurus. This actually provides. So what do I mean by Taurus? Because that is a natural second house of natural zodiac. Okay. And Jupiter is the karka of these houses and Venus is the lord of these houses. So whenever they come together, okay, what happens to them? It provides potential to the native to generate wealth. Because you know what? The natives start getting that zeal to create wealth, that zeal to be famous, to be known as somebody. That potential will be given by Rahu. And whenever Rahu gives anything, those are the sudden things. This is not something that my father, my grandfather left inheritance for me. No, person will be creating by himself and in a short time only. The only thing which needs to be careful in analyzing this combination, that is whether the person will able to make their wealth given by Rahu stable or not. The only thing which can make this particular wealth stable, ascendant lord. So if ascendant lord is stronger, if ascendant lord is taking care of this combination, definitely person will be able to sustain this wealth. Otherwise, generally what happens, the way person earns it, the way person loses it. Okay, it has seen multiple times. And um, just because this is a bad yoga, we cannot say that person will not able to create wealth. And if the same kind of combination is repeated in the Navamsha chart, Dinan chart, okay, this combination becomes even more stronger. Okay. If there is no benefic aspect or the ascendant is not stronger, same Rahu will tempt, will make person to take back decision and they loses their health.
They'll
Then
still make it suddenly, but they'll lose it if
they will
it's
lose it. That is what it happens. People get overnight fame, but then they just disappear for rest of the life because of seeing this Rahu kind of combination. But because of their decision or silliness, it happens. Last one in the bucket.
This looks very complicated.
See, I cannot leave my journal chat. Okay, if there is something not technical, I cannot stay happy without that. So that's why I just keep it in the last, so that people should not get mad at him. So watch this combination carefully, and this is the combination which you will be finding in the people who are on international level. Okay, I will show you the horoscope of Warren Buffett and Elon Musk. Okay, having these kind of combination. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so sorry guys for making it complex, but this is very interesting. Ascendant lord in the second lord, not of the birth chart, but of D9, the ninth division of the birth chart, Navamsha chart. Okay, we have to pick these two lords, first lord and second lord, and we have to watch them carefully in the D10 chart.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
going to the D10 chart.
The divisional charts comparing. No.
Yes. So we just need to pick these two lords, ascendant lord and second lord, first lord and second lord, and take them into D10 chart and watch them whether they are in own sign or exalted position. That's the one key. And if somehow they get into benefic houses, like say trine or ascendant or 10th house, okay, in ascendant X first house, trine means 5-9 or 10th house. Okay, then person is capable of creating some very another level of wealth by its own. The person doesn't require any kind of wealth from their ancestors or any legacy. They will be creating their own legacy, and that too in a very immense kind of thing. Okay, no matter how difficult the person started their life, but actually they will be ending on a very good one. Okay. So, and specifically, if these two lords happens to be in a very good position in D1 chart, just like D10 in D1 chart means Rashi, the main horoscope, then believe me, these people will on the sky. Okay, and this is very beautiful combination where this makes a horoscope looks outstanding. So other combination are general horoscopes, general combination, sorry. But if along with them this is there, then this wealth is something which will be a very big legacy, and many other people will be getting benefited from that. So this is a very good combination.
I just checked my chart. I have just the second lord of the D9 chart in own sign in the 10th house in the D10 chart, but
Yeah.
not the first lord.
But still, you know what? If you pick up them, okay, into further, even one lot is very important. It's not very important and both of lot. So, but if you had both of them, then you could be next Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, like those kind of things.
Okay.
And because it's just one, that means you're still doing good in your profession. Okay, you're one of the best and famous, but not coming on the every matter. Okay, so that's the difference. If you have one, specifically just talking about this combination, guys. Okay, not the above one. Even if you have one, that means you will be best in your area. Okay, so this is one. And even in journal, like for journal, smooth journal area of the life, if anyhow Jupiter is related to second house, you will not have to worry about money in your life. It may be very good money, it may not be very good money, but still you will not have scarcity of money. The money problem will not
Jupiter in the second house in the natal chart.
Hmm.
That's a very
in the second house or aspecting second house. Anyhow, just the relationship of Jupiter will be good. And
Okay, let me ask you, what about Saturn in the second house? Because many people
see, second house, if acquired by Saturn, this is a tricky position because most of the time, person is very bad with their tone. Okay,
What?
that's what with their language. Okay, they are very harsh. They are very straightforward. And if this same Saturn gets afflicted, a person is somebody who speaks a lot of lies, but not to get into that area. But if Saturn is there in a decent position, own house, okay, the person language will be a little bit harsh. But if second lord is in the second house, that will be creating wealth or exalted. So three signs. If Saturn is in this Libra sign, Capricorn sign, Aquarius sign. If these are the three signs, Saturn will be giving birth. Otherwise, Saturn will be giving problem to the native by connecting with other people. Unless second lord is stronger itself.
Because of how they speak. Their heart. My son and daughter both have Saturn in the second house, and I'm like, okay, we're not poor, we're not super rich, but they do. My daughter has it in Capricorn, which is its own sign, but my son has it in Sagittarius, and they both. We never swear at home. We don't use bad words, but they like to. And I'm like, we punish them for that. We're like, don't say rude words to each other, but they do. And I was like, okay, all kids speak like that, but it's Saturn in the second. I see it how the tone of speaking is quite harsh. Yeah.
So no, you know what? Let me tell you one thing. There is a very simple remedy for that. The only thing which can control Saturn and Rahu into these matter, that is Jupiter. Okay. So Jupiter, if you start increasing their Jupiter, so Jupiter can be increased by education. Of course, they are getting their education, or you start making them spiritual and religious. They will be. So we have to.
We pray a lot.
Important. Okay. So just bring them to your spiritual world. It will be fine. Similarly, I have Rahu in my second house. In my young age, I was just like the same person. I use a lot of bad words. But
you answer.
yes. And that was for a very short period, maybe from 2012 to 2017 or 16. And then suddenly what happened, I started learning astrology. Jupiter got activated. I have Jupiter in my second house itself. And everything got settled. Now I don't use it. I don't. Okay. So that is the difference. So Jupiter, activation of Jupiter can control this combination. It's not important that one should be having Jupiter in the second house only, but just activating Jupiter will be managing that. There's a very simple technical answer for that. Why Jupiter can do that? Because Jupiter is a significator, the karaka of the second house. So if we are having any problem with any of the house, okay, either we have to make the Lord stronger or the karaka stronger. So Jupiter is the karaka, the significator of 4 houses. So if somebody is not having good education, improve their Jupiter by bringing some religious and spiritual thing into their life. They will start having good focus in their education. So we are going to karaka. That's it.
And that's for as well if persons have financial problems, because Jupiter is the significator. Increase their spirituality and going to church. I don't know, start praying.
Correct.
Thank you. Wow.
So that's one more thing. And there was, I want to discuss 2-3 charts. Okay.
Okay.
Whose chart is this? Bill Gates chart. Okay. So this is Bill Gates. And if we see like what is happening in this horoscope, simply the 9th lord is into second house. Okay. And very important thing which is happening here, ascendant lord is in the 10th house. Okay. And talking about 5th lord. Okay. So 5th lord is aspecting the 10th house, its own house. Okay.
Yeah, Mars.
So,
Mars is the ruler of the 5th.
yes.
Affecting the 10th. Yeah.
Okay. And watch closely what is happening to this ascendant lord. It is aspected by Jupiter by the 9th aspect. It is aspected by Mars, which is the 5th lord. So all the trinal combination is happening here. Okay. Like ascendant lord is getting there. Okay. And on top of it, what is happening? Lord of second, okay, and Lord of 11th is conjunct together.
Wait, Lord of second is the Sun, Lord of 11th is Venus. They're conjunct in the 5th. So second and 11th in the 5th, all wealth houses.
Yes. That is why he was able to create such a good wealth and very famous position. So why famous position is happening from this moon? This moon is aspected by the trines, and wealth, such a good wealth, is coming from this combination and Jupiter in this the same house. And now uh, talking about the particular combination of Jupiter only, that's in the own sign of D9 chart. And similarly, Jupiter is in the 10th house of D10 chart. So I mentioned you need to pick up these two planets. So what is happening here? The Lord of first house is Mars. That is exalted.
Exalted in the D10 chart.
And that too in the sixth house we discussed. For Mars, sixth house is good. Great. And Jupiter is in the 10th house.
And house.
And closely watch. There is no affliction. Neither any affliction on the Mars, neither any affliction on the Jupiter. Okay, both of them are applicable. So this makes a chart makes outstanding.
Mm.
Okay. So this was there. And we can see many other combination together. Okay. And another chart, let's talk about the horoscope of Donald Trump. I like this guy. Some you can film it.
He's a firecracker.
Yes. The actual, you know what? Whenever you have to give any example of Rahu, you can simply give the example of Donald Trump.
In Western astrology, we also use him as an example of Uranus, because Uranus is conjunct his sun and Rahu. So Uranus has a lot of similar energy to Rahu. In Western astrology, Uranus rules Aquarius. In Vedic astrology, Rahu co-rules Aquarius. So very disruptive.
Yes.
Disruptive.
So what is happening here? The same combination of 10th Lord, okay, and 11th Lord in the
Venus,
12th,
Mercury together.
in the 12th house together. Okay, so this doesn't seem to be a very strong combination or like that. But there's one particular thing I want to mention about this horoscope. Rahu is exalted in the 11th house. So whenever we see Rahu exaltation in the 11th house, not in 5th house, 11th house, Rahu's exaltation in the 11th house, that makes person very, very wealthy. And what is very good about him? His business mind is something which is very good. He can be any kind of politician. He can be any kind of president, okay, firecracker. But he was a very good businessman. Okay. So that is something which was there. Okay. Once in the first election, um, Hillary Clinton mentioned that Donald Trump was stealing taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what was his reply? He said, your spouse was in the power. Why he was not able to caught me up? It was all labor.
Yeah.
Okay. He used to manage his business so well that he have saved a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the kind of people he mess with, like Elon Musk and everything. So that happens. Okay. Why that happens? He always keep creating enemies because sixth lord in the 12th house. Okay.
Oh, is that why he has so many? He creates so many enemies. The
Yeah,
ruler.
all the time.
Well, that's
Okay. So what I actually wanted in this horoscope, the again same, my favorite combination. Look at this lot. Look at this lot.
So we're
Saturn
looking at Saturn and Jupiter.
in D9 chart. This is Navamsha chart. Taking this one to the D10 chart, we find Jupiter in the on house, Saturn in the exalted position.
Ah, so he has the full yoga,
Complete one.
full combination, complete Jupiter in its own sign, Saturn exalted.
And
From the
same thing,
chart.
not just limited here, you can apply the same combination on all the three horoscopes. Okay.
Oh, yeah. In D9, Saturn is in own sign and Jupiter is in own sign.
Okay. That makes a person very wealthy. And you know what? Let me tell you one thing about this particular guy. Look at his horoscope. This one is exalted. This one is in the friendly sign, like first lord in the ninth. Okay, this one in the on sign. Okay, and this one is in the on sign. Look at the kind of combination he has in the Navamsha chart.
Wow.
So that is something which makes him somebody different from the link.
Yeah, because if you look only at the natal chart, you don't see any exalted planets, any planets in own sign, but in the nine divisional chart, they all become super strong.
Yes, because you know what, like the same horoscope, this particular D1 chart was there for 2 hours almost. Okay, not everybody is Donald Trump. Okay, but this combination stay with very few people. And if you want, if we need to extend the combination, look at the 16 chart. That will narrow down the window of the birth time, and then we have the correct insight that why somebody is wealthy and why somebody is not wealthy during that particular period. This is a reason. So first of all, we just need to check here and then we move to other planets. Okay. And you know what? Why his eating habit is so bad? We were talking about the second house. His second lord is in the 12th house with Saturn. His eating habit, his speech is so poor. Whenever Saturn gets connected with second house a lot, speech is very big problem.
Rough, yeah. He, he knows how to press everyone's button and upset them how he talks.
Correct. Correct.
And he makes enemies because of that.
All the time on a very petty matters. Okay. One more chart. Let's talk about Elmas.
Huh?
So look at this guy. Okay. First of all, the old combination, whenever we see second lord in the first house, it is uh, second lord in the first house. That is a Shrimanta Yoga. That is, of course, a very good wealth creating combination. Okay.
Yeah.
On top of it, what is happening into this horoscope? When we talk about the same combination of, let's say, Jupiter and Mars, okay, they are actually in the trine to each other. And the very important thing why I wanted to discuss this horoscope, that is his obsession is with spacecraft. Okay, he is the owner of Tesla. He is having a very good business of cars, but he actually want to do something good in this spacecraft. That is just because the seventh lord, the house of business, is there in the 12th house. 12th house is the sky. That is not just limited. The same Saturn is exalted in the 12th house in the D10 chart, and same Saturn is in the 12th house of, exalted in the D9 chart, and same Saturn in the same Vargottama sign, like same sign Gemini, Gemini in D10 chart. That is why he is very much into spacecraft.
So the 12th house is space?
Space and
Cosmos.
Okay. One who want to be aeronautic engineering, their Rahu and Saturn should be stronger.
Mm.
Okay. That is the thing which matters a lot. Okay. One combination which I want to discuss about whose chart was that? To discuss, I guess it was Warren Buffett. Okay. Last chart for today. So this is the horoscope of Warren Buffett. Okay. The very good combination. He was a very simple guy. He was not in very disturbed kind of limelight. He was a very simple guy, very calm and composed kind of person because moon is in the ascendant. That's the one thing. Plus, what is happening here? Ninth lord is in the 10th house. 10th lord is in the 11th house with 11th law. Whenever we see this kind of combination, that is again a very, very beautiful combination. Plus, second lord in the second house.
Here we have Saturn in second that we talked about that it might be hard, but it's in its own sign. So makes money. And he's known to be the most kind of cautious investor. He doesn't
Yes.
do large gambles and anything. It's more
Why he is a very cautious investor? Because of one combination. Uh, this Jupiter in exalted sign. Okay.
Mm.
Who is Jupiter? First lord and fifth lord. Okay. And who is with? It says with Mars. Okay. Although this is the although this is the eighth house, but we cannot consider this as the eighth house problem because Jupiter and Moon, they are having an exchange. So this Jupiter and Mars will not be affected just because Moon is in the sign of Jupiter. So this is exchange. So that's why it is not a problematic combination. And same thing when we see this Jupiter, okay, in the D9 chart, it is in the rising. It is in the rising sign. And one thing, if you watch closely, whatsoever the horoscope we have discussed, okay, most of them were having either Sagittarius rising or Scorpio rising in their D9 chart. And every one of them, let's pick up here as well, what is happening to them in his second lord and ascendant lord, Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted here, Mars is exalted here.
Oh my God, yeah, fully. So the ruler of the first is Mars in the D9 chart, and it's
Yes.
exalted in Capricorn. The ruler of the second is Jupiter in the D9 chart, and it's also exalted. Wow. Exactly.
So although the combination was complex, but I know this combination you will able to find in multi-millennials horoscope at least 80% of the time. This is, I cannot say dicta, but this is the combination which can be spotted very often in the people of very, very wealthy people.
Yeah.
Very nice combination. And
Wow.
whenever people talk about they want to be a superstar in my consultation, so I definitely look for this. If they are having this combination, for sure, encourage them to be effortful in their life, and they will be superstar one day and making good money just because of this combination.
Thank you so much, Himanshu. Again, I learned so much. Actually, the one I loved the most was this last one, most complex. Because it's so new and different for me.
General combination can be found in anybody's horoscope. Complex combination finds will be spotted in complex people horoscope.
Thank you so much. And then again, if anyone would like to have a personal consultation with Himanshu, I'll put the link below. As you can see, he has incredible knowledge. Or I'll put also a link of his courses and webinars. He's leading a group and he does shorter and longer courses. If you'd like to pick his mind and learn everything that he's been teaching so far. Thank you so much again, Himanshu. Thank you for your knowledge, for your wisdom, and sharing it with us.
Thanks, everyone.